afternoon, I'm Mai Rodriguez. Today on Newsfeed at noon, the House Quad Committee says former President Rodrigo Duterte used his drug war as a cover for his own criminal enterprise. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump rings the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange after being named Time Magazine's Person of the Year. Britain's King Charles tours Apple's UK headquarters with CEO Tim Cook. And another achievement in her record-breaking year, Taylor Swift becomes the most decorated artist at the Billboard Music Awards. Thanks for joining us. A hoax. That's how the House Quad Committee describes the drug war of former President Rodrigo Duterte. It says Duterte used the bloody anti-illegal drugs campaign as a cover for his own criminal enterprise. Xandro Ochona joins us for more details. Go ahead, Xandro.
May nabudol tayo. This is how a lawmaker describes the drug war under the administration of former President Rodrigo Duterte. Antipolo 2nd District Representative Romy Acop, the Quadcom's senior vice chairperson, says the controversial drug war served as a cover-up for what he called a grand criminal enterprise, which involved high-ranking government officials, systemic corruption, and even involved international drug trafficking networks. After conducting 13 public hearings, Acop presented a summary of evidence and testimonies. In his presentation, he cited the testimony of former police intelligence officer Colonel Eduardo Asierto, who categorically named former President Duterte and Senators Christopher Bongo and Ronald Bato de la Rosa as integral personalities in protecting the illegal drugs network in the Philippines. Acop also recounted two major drug smuggling cases from 2017 and 2018, which he called the Tale of Two Shipments. These involved 6.4 billion and 3.4 billion pesos worth of shabu, respectively, smuggled through the Manila International Container Port. Several personalities were also named, linking to numerous drugs operations. Acop also promised the Quadcom will leave no stone unturned as they continue their investigations next year. During the last hearing for this year, the Quadcom also cited in contempt former Mandaluyong Police Chief Hector Grijaldo for snubbing their hearings 4 times. Former PIDEA Chief Wilkins Villanueva also cited in contempt, but his detention will be enforced next year. Meanwhile, Cassandra Ong, Tony Yang, and Leo Laraga were given reprieve as the contempt orders against them were lifted. All of these, the lawmakers noted, are in the spirit of Christmas. Mai?
Xandro, 13 hearings so far. Any word as to when they will wrap up the hearings?
No word on that yet, but the committee, with the overall lead chairman Robert A. Barbers, will be reporting his progress report to the plenary on Tuesday, and with that, he's recommending around 15 new laws and a possible recommendation of filing cases to about 10 individuals. Mai.
Looking forward to that. Thank you for that report, Xandro Ochona. Persons detained without final judgment will be able to vote next year. The Commission on Elections and Penal Agencies have signed an agreement to make sure their right to suffrage is protected. More from Hanati.
The initial steps to ensure persons deprived of liberty, or PDLs, can vote in the 2025 elections are now in place. In a signing ceremony led by the Commission on Elections, together with the Bureau of Corrections and other agencies, an agreement was made to strengthen the voting rights of over 68,000 PDLs. This is double the number of PDLs registered in the 2022 elections.
Ang mga PDL din po ay nagagalak na hindi sila nakakalimutan na maging miyembro ng ating lipunan.
BJMP is thankful, in fact, relieved that the agencies involved in ensuring that democracy is alive behind bars.
The Supreme Court previously lifted the temporary restraining order in 2022 that prevented the COMELEC from implementing Resolution 9371, giving PDLs the right to vote. This means whether facing minor or major charges, they can vote as long as there is no final judgment.
Ito po'y hindi matatapos sa eleksyon lang na ito. We are always strengthening our relationship because this is a relationship for the people, for our democracy.
The officials also plan to set up voter education corners inside detention facilities, as well as distribute materials to help PDLs know their candidates better. Around 25,000 personnel are assigned to assist in escorted voting for the upcoming elections. Hannah T, BNC.
An update now on the rumbling Mount Canlaon in Negros Island. FIVOC says volcanic activity remains high as it records 13 ash emission events over the past 24 hours. The duration of these emissions varied from 2 minutes to 1 hour and 18 minutes. Sulfur dioxide emissions are at nearly 4,000 tons, though this is a decrease from the previous day's 7,000 tons. Canlaon was raised to alert level 3 Monday following an explosive eruption. Time magazine names its Person of the Year for 2024. The pick, U.S. President-elect Donald Trump. This is the second time Trump was chosen for the recognition. The first was in 2016, the year he won the U.S. elections against Hillary Clinton. Time said Trump was named Person of the Year for wielding the greatest influence on global affairs for good or for ill. To celebrate the occasion, Trump rang the opening bell at the New York Stock Exchange.
Brought some of our compatriots along with us. They're going to do a beautiful job for you for the next 4 years. And it's really been something very special. And I have to say, Time Magazine getting this honor for the second time, I think I like it better this time, actually.
Britain's King Charles takes time off to visit Apple's headquarters in a Christmas market in London. Charles mingled with well-wishers and Apple employees who demonstrated new software and technology to him. The king was also presented with a plaque commemorating his visit by Apple CEO Tim Cook.
We have more than 40 years of history in the UK and deep roots in the communities across this great country. And we know that that relationship will continue to flourish in the years to come.
From the king, we now go to the queen for more royal updates. Britain's Queen Camilla spreads holiday cheer at Clarence House, decorating a Christmas tree with children who have terminal or life-limiting conditions. The kids were also surprised with a visit by Santa. They also joined the queen for lunch. Indian teenager Gukesh Dommaraju becomes the youngest chess world champion. That's after the 18-year-old beat defending champ Ding Lijian of China in a 14-round match in Singapore. Dommaraju is 4 years younger than the former record holder Russian Grandmaster Garry Kasparov, who was 22 when he won the title in 1985. Up ahead, another mixed movement in oil prices expected next week. That and more when Newsfeed at Noon returns. You're back on Newsfeed at noon. Another mixed movement in oil prices expected next week. Gasoline could go up by 15 to 45 centavos per liter, diesel by 10 to 40 centavos, while kerosene could go down by 20 to 30 centavos. The Energy Department cites the expected increase in demand for crude next year and the lingering tensions in the Middle East as among the reasons for the price adjustments. The Filipino-Chinese business community expressing concerns over the potential impact of current political tensions on foreign investments. Sujin Kim has the details.
Political instability and growing tension in the Philippines are sounding alarms among the Filipino-Chinese business leaders who warned these issues could undermine investor confidence and stall the country's economic growth. With the 2025 elections fast approaching, they emphasized the urgent need for stability to maintain the inflow of foreign investment and protect the country's reputation as an investment hub.
If the international news in the Philippines is mostly about military exercises and territorial disputes, that might scare away some foreign investors.
We want politically to be stable, to be peaceful. Whatever tension is projected, is perceived, mawawala yung mga foreign investors. And that is not good for business. Ang mga negosyante masyadong sensitive yan, masyadong takot. May konting gulo, aalis na yan. Kasi marami pang pwedeng puntahan eh.
Beyond political tensions, business leaders are also grappling with issues such as high electricity costs.
Minsan yung mga malalaking industry hindi makakapasok because they cannot get enough power. Power is always a problem.
Despite these challenges, the Filipino-Chinese business community remain optimistic about the Philippine economy, also with the support from government to foster a business-friendly environment.
The advantage of the Philippines, we have relatively young population compared to our Asian neighbors. So there's more dynamic growth in the Philippine consumer spending. So maybe food, clothing, consumer spending, lifestyle, all this will be very good.
In the world, Asia is now the growing region in terms of economic. Very optimistic about the economic outlook because the government is doing some programs, good programs to encourage foreign investment.
They also emphasized the need for stronger cooperation between the Philippines and China in time for the 50th anniversary of China-Philippines diplomatic relations next year. Sujin Kim, BNC.
A show of leadership stability as the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industry retains its board for a second consecutive year. PCCI President Nina Mangio will continue her tenure, backed by Vice Presidents Alegria Limhoco, Raymond Jude Aguilar, Brian Ang, and Michael Tan, son of ultra-Bilyonaryo Lucio Tan. Chairman George Barcelon will also remain at the helm. Among the directors is Converge CEO Dennis Anthony Uy, who will lead PCCI's flagship event, the Philippine Business Conference, in 2025. The world's richest man just got richer. According to the Bloomberg Billionaires Index, Elon Musk's net worth is now at $440 billion. He's the first person to cross the 400 billion mark in wealth. This comes after his rocket company SpaceX and its investors agreed to purchase $1.25 billion of insider shares, a transaction that valued SpaceX at about $350 billion. Over in London, 3 dinosaur skeletons were auctioned off, selling for a whopping £12.4 million. Christie's offered a pair of Allosaurus fossils, which sold for over £8 million. A Stegosaurus skeleton was bought for £4.2 million. The fossils were excavated in Wyoming. They were part of Christie's Jurassic Icons auction. We're taking another breather. Still to come, Taylor Swift officially becomes the most decorated artist at the Billboard Music Awards. Keep it here on Newsfeed at noon.
Magandang gabi, ako si Corina Sanchez Rojas.
Magandang gabi, ako po si Pinky Webb.
Simulan na natin ang agenda.
Nasa radyo na, mapapanood, mapapakinggan.
94.7 FM.
Nahaharap ngayon ang Estados Unidos sa isa na namang 4 na taong Trump presidency.
Death squad rin yan. Binawi niya yung sinabi niya.
Masalimuot ang buwan ng Oktubre para sa ilang bilyonaryo.
Sa bawat issue may anggulo at ang balita may agenda.
Hello and welcome to Follow the Money. I'm Rain Musngi. Join us as we explore the tools and insights you need to jumpstart your financial journey. The crypto market climbed over $800 billion. Tech giant Alibaba has announced plans to issue notes. Investors are anticipating a significant downward move for the cryptocurrency. Swift is adding a new chapter to her record-breaking year.
Follow the Money, 10:30 a.m.
Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Always on top.
Good morning, everyone!
A platter of positivity, a cup of the hottest information, and a slice of what to expect for the whole day. With excitement, positivity, and fun. Join Paulo Del Rosario, Ann Asis Carrillo, and Monique Tuzon.
It's a beautiful day!
7 a.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
The latest news, national issues, the political scene, and conversations with prominent personalities. All these firsthand at the forefront.
Is still continuing with hearings on the EJ.
But we can recommend the filing of cases with the proper offices or agencies.
It is always victimizing the poor, so we will continue to go against corruption in the budget.
At the forefront with attorney Karen Jimeno, 8 a.m.
We're back in Newsfeed at noon. The results of the 2024 bar exams are out today. More than 10,000 took the grueling test and are eagerly checking if they're among the newest batch of soon-to-be lawyers. Hannah T. joins us from the Supreme Court for an update. Hannah, go ahead.
The atmosphere here at the Supreme Court is full of anticipation and nervous energy. And you're right, over 10,000 took the 2024 bar examinations, which were conducted last September. In 2023, the bar exams had a passing rate of around 36%, with more than 3,800 successful passers out of 10,387 examinees. In the courtyard, we can see a sea of faces, some in prayer. Some takers have been here since around 8 or 9 a.m. hoping for good news. We're right here in the session hall, and bar chairperson Mario Lopez is expected to present the passing rate and the top performing schools for this year's exams shortly. The list of passers will be displayed at around 1 p.m. in the courtyard. As of now, we await the official passing rate and the names of this year's top-notchers. Mai?
Thank you, Hannah T. reporting. In sports, the UP Fighting Maroons ready to play in full force come Game 3 of the UAAP Season 87 Men's Basketball Finals. The UAAP says it will not suspend UP's Raylan Torres for the crucial game despite 2 unsportsmanlike fouls in Game 2 against LaSalle. The league explains the nature of the second foul allowed Torres to become available for UP. All eyes will be on the winner-take-all showdown between LaSalle and UP Sunday, December 15. Former UAAP champion and LaSalle team captain Andre Carajo tells BNC's The Scorecard, 3-point shooting will make the big difference in the high-stakes affair.
Hindi mo alam kung ano, match talaga sila eh. Pero kung sino siguro makakashoot ng 3 points, with UP, pag nakashoot sila ng 3 points, lumalayo sila. And pag makashoot naman yung LaSalle ng 3 points, malaki factor din sa kanila. Nasushoot ni Kevin eh. Yun yung risk na ginawa niya. Talagang, siyempre, pag tumitira ka, may chance na talaga.
In international football, the Philippines gets their ASEAN Mitsubishi Cup campaign underway with a 1-1 draw against Myanmar at the Rizal Memorial Football Stadium. Muang Liwin opens up the scoring for Myanmar with a free kick in the 25th minute. But Bjorn Christensen nicks an equalizer through a second-half penalty to salvage a draw for the Philippines. The men's national team will travel to Vientiane for their away game against Laos on Sunday, December 15. Global pop superstar Taylor Swift just can't stop winning in life. She just set a new record at the Billboard Music Awards after winning 10 new trophies Thursday night. This brings her career win total to 49, more than any other artist in BBMA history. Swift won Top Artist for the record-setting 4th time. She also bagged the Top Female Artist Award for the 6th time.
Thank you to the Billboard Awards. Thank you to the fans, because Billboard is counting your stuff. They're counting what you listen to, the albums that you're passionate about. Everything that's happened with the Eras Tour and the Torture Pose department, I just have to say thank you.
British actor Jude Law gets a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in Los Angeles. He was accompanied by his wife and 2 of his 7 children in the ceremony on the famous sidewalk Thursday. The actor was honored for his prolific work, including starring roles in films such as The Holiday and A Talented Mr. Ripley. He also stars in the new Disney Plus series Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
I was passionate about film as a child, and it was the reason I got involved, and have been very fortunate to have a long career. So so far so good, and so this sort of ties back to all of that, and it's just a great honor. I'm real thrilled.
And those are the news this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Keep it here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Good afternoon.